the time we have been waiting for 40 days. Christ is raised from the dead. So you've been making preparation for 40 days, and today is the day, right? You know, you've been fasting, praying, giving charity, at least, of these 40 days. And today is the day when you should rejoice. So I would invite you to rejoice, because this is the time. We rejoice not because we don't have problems. I hope you don't get it that way. It's not because we don't have problems. And it's not because we're crazy. So it's not because we don't have problems, that we don't think about our problem. And it's not because we are so out of our mind that we don't even think about it and we start laughing. Okay? That's not what it is. We rejoice because we know what we have received. We rejoice because today we know what we have received. We have hope, brothers and sisters. We have hope that the things, that the suffering, the difficulties, they no longer have the last word. That's one of the reasons we rejoice today, because no matter how difficult your life may be, or no matter how easy it may be, difficulties and problems and death no longer have the last word. They can no longer dictate your life. The miracle we celebrate today is the resurrection of Christ, but also our own resurrection from the dead. You know, by our baptism, by your baptism, you were raised with Christ. You are no longer in the tomb. You died with Christ, and now you are entering, we would say, into a new life. You're no longer the same, being that you were before. By your baptism, you now a new creature. You have a new life, and it's right there. But brothers and sisters, we should be interested in it. As we said, this is our joy, and this is our hope. The resurrection is our joy, and it is our hope. And we should welcome it for what it is, a gift. And we should stop doubting about it. You know, sometimes people have doubts about the resurrection. They wonder, is it true? Every time we do that, we fail to understand what it really is. A gift. We question the gift, the greatest gift God has given us. We question it. And we doubt about it. But brothers and sisters, the resurrection, as we say, it's a gift. Some people, since the very beginning, have doubts about the resurrection. And unfortunately, some Christians have fallen into that. And they have fallen for that. They want proof. They want proof. Brothers and sisters, we don't have proofs of the resurrection. We have witnesses. We don't have proof. I mean, there were no social media at that time. Just for you to know. There's no Facebook. No one were with a camera looking at Jesus crucified on the cross and say, this video will be a hit, in 200 years, in 2,000 years. We don't have what we call proof. We have witnesses. And that should be enough for us, because we have enough witnesses to tell us that the resurrection is true. We have all 12 apostles now, as we say. All the apostles telling us this is true. And these people went so far as actually to give their life for that. You can give your life for something that is true. But no one would want to give their lives for some kind of lies. I mean, would you do that? give your life ready to die and go into persecution, beating, all of this, just to be able to say that Jesus raised from the dead and I cannot deny it? What kind of arrogance would that be? I mean, why would I give my life for a lie? They are the witnesses that we have. We have the tradition, we have the Bible, we have the church, we have all of these witnesses telling us that the reason of his action for you, the reason he does all this is so that you can have a nice bank account. Do you think that's why Jesus died on the cross? That the purpose of your life may be so that you can have that nice, beautiful bank account with all these zeros, one number and maybe 10 zeros, right? Right? Very good. 10, 20 zeros. Good. Do you think that's the purpose? Do you think he died on the cross so that you can have the newest BMW ever? You think he gave his only son on the cross, so that should be the purpose, the things you look for the most in your life? Do you think, I mean, just question, do you think that Christ died on the cross, they beat him, they spit on him, they do all of this, so that you can have the nicest house in town? That could be the goal of my life. I live to have the nicest house in town. Do you think that can be the purpose? I mean, don't get me wrong. A nice house is not a bad thing. I'm not saying to be lazy and don't work for, to have a place to stay. That's not what I'm saying. And I hope you don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Have a bank account is not a bad thing. Have a nice car is not a bad thing. But can that be the purpose you are here? Can that be the purpose for why Jesus gave his life, so that you can have that? I mean, what would be such an emptiness? I mean, what God would do that? Give his only son, let them beat him, so that you people of Georgetown, they have the nicest car in town. There is something greater he wants you to have. There is something greater he wants you to have, brothers and sisters. And that is not to become billionaire, rich, or anything of this nature. There is something you have to look for. There is something to look for. And most of us have been failing to do that. We have failed to look for the things of above. We have failed so many times in our life to look for what will not perish. We have failed so many times in those ways. So, brothers and sisters, we cannot think it this way, that God has done all of this so we can be rich in this way. My prayer for you in this extraordinary day, in this beautiful day, is for you, brothers and sisters, to make the right choices in your life. To be sincere when you follow Christ. Make him the center of your life. Look for the things that are from above. Look for the things that are eternal. When you need something, you look for it. Look for God. Look for the things that are eternal. Look for what he gives us on the cross. May you live, brothers and sisters, as children of the resurrection. Happy Easter. Amen.